Welcome to the A to the K Wrestling Show's WrestleMania predictions.
Yeah.
Version 3.
Version 3.
Copy. Final draft. Edit.
I mean,
2.
we did wild predictions a little while back, right?
Just some wild predictions. I think we did match card predictions. And now this is...
So this episode is just a little less wild.
Yeah. Basically, we know a bit more of the card now, but we don't know all of it.
Okay.
So we'll talk about what we do know. And then we'll talk about what we think is probably going to happen. Sound fair?
Let's not talk about what you don't do. Let's talk about what you do.
You said do. Okay. So, what we have found out, there was an interesting development, Anthony, in that Kevin Owens, unfortunately, is unable to compete at WrestleMania.
I know. Got him.
So he's got to have neck surgery. And as it stands, we believe it's real. It's not a work. He seemed very emotional about it. So, I don't think
Greatest work.
Or it could be one of the greatest works of all time. But I don't think so. I think it's just terrible news for Kevin Owens and for us, because how cool would it have been to see Randy and KO?
I know.
One-on-one. Without Logan Paul messing it all up.
The question now, though, is what are they going to do with Randy?
Well,
that's why there's the little Randy.
What do you do if you're Randy? This is why there's a wild Nick Aldis in the graphic. Can you see him? There's a little powder blue blazer there.
Yeah.
Because he hit... Well, Orton hit Nick Aldis with an RKO.
To be fair, he already paid for that.
Well, yeah, he's paid in advance. I'd love it if they go back to that, to be fair, because that was a good throwback. But do we think we're getting Nick Aldis and Randy Orton?
I would like it.
Because that's fucking wild to me.
As far as I'm aware, Nick didn't step out of the ring for any medical reason or anything like that. He just chose to take on this GM role. I don't think there's any reason he couldn't step in the ring and be cleared to do so.
But that could be massive, really, couldn't it? You know, especially for Nick as well. His first match in WWE, he finally got there as an on-screen character, not in the ring, and then he has a match. It's with Randy Orton at WrestleMania.
I think that the only trouble is what he wants going forward, because if you put him in a match with Randy, then people are going to be like, we want him as an in-ring guy. So if he wants to go back to the GM thing, people will just be waiting for the next time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard as well, because no diss to Adam Pearce, but Nick Aldis is killing it as a GM.
He really is.
So it'd be... a bit of a shame if he doesn't continue in that role. But if it's not Nick Aldis, who else?
Who else if not Nick?
Because, do you bring in one of the, an Alistair Black who's potentially coming back? Do you bring in, a Miro who's potentially coming back?
Is there any truth to the rumour of Alistair Black coming back?
Well, he signed, hasn't he? I think it's been confirmed that he signed.
Okay.
There has been a few vignettes, hasn't there? The number 4
or whatever. I was
under
the impression he was having a break, you see. So, no.
Well, maybe that was the plan.
Where did it come from?
I don't know.
Was it a legit one? Or
is anything really legit?
The bullshit
Unless it's on WWE's website, you never know. But I just don't know whether they would book Aldis in a match, is what's confusing me. So I don't know where you go from here. It's such a massive shame.
Yeah.
Because this, fed into itself, right, didn't it? So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's just so much talent in the WWE right now that it's could be any number of things. What would be satisfying for the fans, because there's going to be very limited build up to it now.
Yeah. You can't keep Randy off the show either, can you? So it's what do you do?
You can't keep Randy off. Or do you get him
involved? I wouldn't mind, and it's no offense to Damian Priest, I wouldn't mind getting him inserted into that some way.
Yeah, I mean, it'd help it, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Well, I'm intrigued. I'm desperately trying to think of a matchup that it's got the history, so it doesn't need to build. And obviously he's got history with a lot of wrestlers, but
the only one who doesn't seem to have a match at the moment is Solo. Do something there.
Yeah.
And Randy's Solo right now, because he's not got a dance partner.
Would you want it, though? Would you want it?
I don't know. What would you rather have, Solo or Nick Aldis? It's whether the company wants to... Yeah, we would. As, casual fans. What do you guys want? That's true, actually. But yeah, let us know in the comments. Who do you want to see Randy Orton face? That's what we want to know. But yeah, I'm gonna think it's gonna be Nick Aldis. That's where it's going.
I like it. It's a wild prediction, and we weren't going to be wild predictions here.
We've broken the mold already. So that's the first one we know about. The second one, which is confirmed, AJ Styles, Logan Paul. Yes, you did. You know what? This has the ability to be fantastic. Take away whatever you think about Logan Paul.
Legend.
He is a legend.
And he's going to be a great opponent for Logan, and the pair of them together will make this match look good.
They're both
discredit to Logan. Logan Paul.
Isn't that some kind of new search engine or something?
Oh, don't encourage him.
I'm just going to logo that.
Don't encourage him.
Yeah, I know. It's his new coin.
He's the reason there's pizza flavored Prime, right? Don't encourage him.
I think it's going to be awesome. I think they're going to try and outdo the Ricochet Logan spot from the Rumble. They're going to be doing some kind of crazy flying forearm shit, probably with ladders or something, just because why not? I think they're going to go mental. I think this will be one of the matches in ring-wise of the weekend. But because Logan Paul's in it, people will just be like, shit, that.
I don't want to be a doom merchant
you can
here,
kind of get it.
But like the styles clashes is a tough one, isn't it? The amount of people who do go to tuck because that's the instinct and don't. Like, I do worry about that move. I really do.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's not a botch.
I'm sure they'll have practiced it enough. It's going to be good. But the pair of them, I say, AJ, and this is not me saying he's going to carry Logan. Logan's a natural athlete, but AJ will bring out the best in him. And I think it's going to be a great match.
Yeah. Who's winning it, though? Logan Paul got the win over Randy Orton and Kevin Owens last year.
I mean...
Does he add AJ Styles to his list, or does he...
I mean, do we start a thing here? Like, do we start a thing where Logan's adding people to his list?
Streak.
My instinct would say AJ, to be honest, but is that too obvious, too easy?
Yeah, well, just because we like to go opposite each other, I'll go Logan.
Well, fuck off.
But yeah, I do think it'll be a banger of a match. We then, of course, have Jade versus Naomi. Yeah. What? Why are you laughing?
Because I'm immature.
Why?
And the last thing you said was banger, and I switched over to that image. I just thought it was funny.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to grow up, and we're going to carry on.
Terrible. We respect women.
I didn't say nothing. You said a word, and then look, I think you were being subtle about it. And I think that's disgusting.
That was not at all. Yeah. So this obviously build wise has got a shit ton of build to it. But I don't know. Since we found out that it was Naomi, and we had the moment at the chamber, just kind of fizzled a little, which is a shame. But I do think it has the potential to be a good match. Naomi can absolutely kill it.
We'll get some Bianca Belair involvement, though.
I don't know, because she's preoccupied, isn't she?
I can't believe this has culminated in her not being involved, though.
Yeah, with everything going on.
Like, it should have been the end of them as a trio, and Bianca's kind of like, well, I'll just leave you two.
I wonder whether we have the Bianca match on night one, something goes awry there, and so she rocks up as part of this in night two, and teams with Naomi and turns heel, maybe.
Basically, I'd like a heel turn. Yeah, we really want that heel turn.
Every year.
But I mean, what do you like? I'm thinking Jade has to get the win here. This has to be the redemption for her. Win at Mania. Like, she gets sort of, is this the right word? So much like the fans are just kind of straight on her. Like, oh, she's not great in the ring, and it's like, but she's a spectacle, and wasn't that the point? She doesn't have to be great in the ring. And I'm not going to say it like I always say it, but there are plenty of big names in wrestling who were never really great in the ring.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it this time.
I know exactly what you're going to say. Also, this microphone, I need to move it. That's the OCD.
It's easy as.
Yeah, it's a tough one. This, I actually think if Bianca is going to get involved in this and turn heel, then obviously it costs Jade, and then that sets up a post-Mania feud between them two. So, based on my wild,
could it be Jade wins, Bianca comes out? Oh yeah, raise the arm and bam.
Oh, could be.
I'd prefer that finish. Jade gets the win, and then Bianca's like, not on my watch.
Okay, you convinced me. I'm gonna go with that.
All right.
Jade gets the win, and Bianca gets involved afterwards. I like it.
Bianca hits the chin.
We also have LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu for the for the US title.
Fatu has to win this.
It feels random, though, doesn't it? Why have all that stuff with the bloodline and then do this?
It is random, and the bloodline seems to have just forgot that Roman exists or whatever. I don't know, but Fatu. Why did I say it like that? Fatu is doing his own thing, and I think he should be at LA Knight.
Oh, I 100% think he should. Do we think this is the final match? Will more people be added to it? Might they add a Braun Strowman or I
hope not.
Solo?
I hope not.
Because you can't leave Solo off the card. And
you can, and you will.
But you can't, though. Like, whether you like him or not, he's held his own.
Solo, I think, will be involved in this. I don't think he'll be in the match, and I think Jacob will win. I think Solo will be involved.
So what's going to happen is Jacob will win, and after the match, Solo will be like, and then Solo. So basically, you want the same finish.
No,
for every match.
Fuck off, Carl. No, I'm thinking, right? What if we get something where I think it'd be a bit more unrealistic. Actually, I was going to say, what if Solo, and we bring back Tonga? No, is it Tonga Loa?
Yeah, Tonga Loa. Yeah,
I felt weird just saying Tonga. Sorry, Tonga Loa. I believe he's getting close to being back, so he could be a surprise return. So then you get that trio going for Jacob, but then it might be more realistic for them all to go for Solo. I really don't know, because they're picking off the weakest, aren't they? But
yeah, it's a tough one. I just don't get the booking of this. It's not because I don't think.
Do you remember that time LA Knight shut the door on them? That's the booking.
Okay,
that's the story.
It's deep. It's layered.
Yep.
Yeah, bizarre for me. But if this match goes no changes and it's these two, then Jacob wins. Hands down.
100%.
If someone else gets added to it, like Solo or whatever, then...
Do you want that many moving parts?
I don't, but it's WrestleMania, and it baffles me how many people get left off. I know the roster's so big, but someone like Solo, whether you like him or not...
No, it's so big.
Whether you like him or not, he's been a main part of the storylines for the last 12 months.
100%.
So if he doesn't get anything at Mania, it's a bit shit.
Yeah, but you go like it or not, Braun Strowman... You go like it or not, Braun Strowman's been a former champion and deserves to be on the show. But I wouldn't care if they didn't book it. No offense to him.
Braun.
No, he's a great dude, but like story-wise, it doesn't need to fit in here. Like story-wise, I suppose this match doesn't really need to exist, but at the same time, like I don't think it's a problem Solo not being in. I understand the need to have him at Mania, and I suppose the respect of doing so, but I just don't like they haven't booked it that way. So I don't know why they'd need to.
Okay.
And I'm sure people in the comments, hey, join the comments. I'm sure that people in the comments would disagree and say it has been booked that way, but I disagree. I fucking disagree.
Okay. Well, based on the face of it, I'm going to say Jacob.
Yeah, let's go with that. I'm agreeing with
you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, we don't have an official... we do, actually. So I don't know why I went for this.
You just want to jazz it up a bit.
No.
Look, here's the thing.
Well, anyway, it's Jey Uso and Gunther.
Okay, Jey's winning.
It really will upset me, though.
But they're pulling the trigger on Jey. That's what all this whole redemptive, I don't know if I can do it.
Yeah.
They're basically playing out Rocky.
Yeah, basically.
Was it Rocky 4? And he's like, I just can't beat Drago, and I don't know if I can do it. And then he goes and trains in the woods and comes back. I'm basically describing every Rocky, if I'm honest with you, but they're solid stories. This is Rocky. I don't know if I can do it. And then his brother's playing is it Mickey, his trainer?
Yeah.
Wreck machine. It's like, okay, I can do this. Like that's what the story is. It's the redemptive.
So is that Jimmy Uso's involvement in WrestleMania? Is going to be?
I can't even remember. I digressed. I thought we were talking about Rocky.
Oh yeah, maybe we're talking about Yeetie.
No, I think the whole point of this is he realizes he can. He's the little Uso that could.
I was hoping you're going to go there. Yeah, I hope he's the Uso that can't. And again, it's not... I don't want to be a dick. We've seen how over he is. We've been there live. People love him. Just the other night, my little boy out of nowhere just was like, in your city! Yeet! Started eating everywhere, and I was just like, well... And,
Which is mad because he's never watched wrestling.
Yeah, weird that. So, yeah. I'm going to go Gunther. I don't think he gets a job done.
I don't think Gunther beats people down that much only to take the win at Mania. Just...
There's still weeks to go.
They watch Star Wars and be like, well, what if the Empire won? It's like, well, it's not going to bother.
If that was the go home to WrestleMania and it was Gunther absolutely beaten into a pulp, I'd be like, okay, yeah, Jey's winning. But there's still weeks. So I think he could get his revenge and Gunther could be the one scared and they play it off as like Gunther managed to scrape through with his life. And it's like, oh, Jey came so close. But he's not winning.
Disagree. I think we're going to have a Yeet champion.
What do you guys think? Who do you want to see win? Let us know in the comments. And yes, I know you all want Jey to win. But there you go. Now, this one, it's not a WrestleMania match, but we're going to find out on SmackDown. It's going to be a tag team gauntlet match, Anthony. It's going to be multiple teams, and the winner will go on to face Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez.
Okay.
So looking at this, you've got like a few interesting
old man
teams in there. I feel bad because I can't remember the first
Look, I'm gonna throw it out there right now.
Keanu.
I mean, do we have to be fair to name everyone? I'm just gonna throw it out there right now.
I know who's gonna win.
Chelsea Green's faction's killing it.
Yeah,
and I think they should be the ones who go.
Really? Have you looked who's in there, old man Anthony? Because you're passing up Bailey.
Look, you know me. I never pass up Bailey.
You're passing up Bailey.
I think for what's been going on with them as a faction, right? And it's the secret. Is it the secret service? What do you call them?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't want to do it injustice. They're absolutely killing it, and I think the best thing they can do is put more gold on them. I really do.
Okay, I like that. It's not happening though, because it's going to be Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, because I just don't think there's enough space for them to defend the Women's Intercontinental Championship on the card, and so it'd be really shit if the champion wasn't even on the card. I think the way they get her on is have her for the tag titles as well. So I'm going to go Bayley and Lyra take on Liv Morgan and Roxanne. That's my pick. Yeah? But regardless of who actually wins this gauntlet match, assuming there isn't some kind of schmoz and we get multiple teams, that's a Bret Hart, isn't it?
Right.
So, if not like that happens, are Liv and Raquel losing the Mania is the question, regardless of who it's to.
100%.
Think they're losing?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, okay.
Yep, I'm calling it now. They're losing.
Interesting. I do think if it's your pick that comes to fruition, then maybe actually that happened. I don't think Bayley and Lyra would win the belts.
It's a shame, because Bayley should.
Yeah, I just think you have to have Bayley on the card. I don't think, unless something goes wrong in this match and then them two end up with an Intercontinental title match, that could happen. But as it stands, I'm going for Bayley and Lyra. And I'm going for Liv and Raquel retaining. So completely opposite to every fucking thing you said.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Okay. Which takes us on to Tiffy and Charlotte.
Jeez, yeah.
If these two haven't killed each other beforehand.
Do you want to overreact?
Oh, let's do it.
Ooh! Oh my god! Yeah, so obviously.
Put us in your video too.
So obviously, the ads, they're back and forth, and people are losing their shit over it.
Yeah.
Like, it's got personal now. And I was even saying to you before this, like, do you think they signed off with each other on this? And you don't believe they did? Do you think it was sort of naturally, at each other,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like you could kind of tell towards the end, especially the way Tiffy fucked off out of the ring as fast as she could as well. I think she was like, yeah, bye. But the report is that Charlotte kind of went into business for herself the week before and tried to put, Tiffy in some deep waters. So she went for revenge.
So my question with this, Carl, is this getting to a, this is getting personal, it's going to be quite a stiff match kind of deal, or do you think they're going to be professional here?
They'll be professional, but I think they'll be stiff and professional. I think that's fine.
There's a point of stiffness when you're like, there's a like you know what I mean? Like,
every time.
No, like Matt and Edge
exactly.
at the time.
Yeah.
It was a fucking stiff match.
Yeah.
And they were borderline going for each other, weren't they? So you go, is it gonna be a
well, that's it. At the end of the day,
moody one,
they're going to be professionals. They might lay it in a bit harder for this one, which fair dues. But
for us as the fans, it just makes it more. So yeah,
well, that's it. You can say what you want, but I think more people want to see this now. So it is what it is. But who's winning?
I mean, I think there'll be uproar if Charlotte wins again. I'll be honest with you.
She's a Rumble winner, though, isn't she? She's going to win the Rumble and then not.
Well, the thing is, though, like, I was quite surprised. She's fair play to Charlotte. She's had time away. She's let people sort of, pull away from the Charlotte wins everything, Charlotte on every show kind of deal that they had going.
Yeah.
She put loads of time into just not being on the screen. She's come back, and people straight away like, oh, she's going to do it. And you're like, fucking hell, she's only been here 5 minutes.
Do you remember what they did with Rhea Ripley, though? They had a WrestleMania match, and she beat Rhea, and then they ran it back, didn't they? And Rhea got the win. I wonder whether that was the plan here, is to elevate Tiffy by putting her with Charlotte, and then show the growth of Tiffy over the next couple of years and do it again.
I don't think it'll have the same result if that's what they're doing. I think the fans are ready to be pissed off with Charlotte, and unfortunately, she's come back to that kind of atmosphere.
I think they might lean into that though, because Tiffy was a heel that she got over as a babyface, which they probably didn't want to happen. And then Charlotte, they wanted to bring her back in as a babyface. The fans turned on her, so they might just lean into her being the heel. So just because I don't think both Royal Rumble winners will lose, and I want Jay to, no offense, I'm going to go Charlotte gets the win here.
Well, because I know Jay is going to win, I think Charlotte's going to get the loss.
Okay. Fair.
There you go.
I like your logic. Now, speaking of things that don't have any logic, so the triple threat match that's main eventing night one.
Let's fucking talk
over a belt.
Let's fucking talk about the favour, because it's pissing me off. Like, all of this, and the favour was like, will you walk with me?
Will you walk me down the aisle?
I'm not being funny, Paul. Those are some fucking shit favours, man.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was getting the main event. I thought
there was many things
getting him involved in the match in the first place. I thought was maybe the thing, because by rights, Punk didn't need to be in this match. But you go, okay, Paul wangled it, right? It was Paul Wangles, right? I get a reaction either. And then it's like, oh, maybe he's played the business game and he's got him in the main event. That makes a lot of sense. And that's probably the most sensible thing that's what Punk wanted. He wanted the main event at Mania. Mm-hmm. So Paul's made it happen. That was the favor. No, it just deserved to be. So what was the favor? Will you walk down the aisle with me, Paul?
Exactly. Like, you're going to be in my corner. Like, what does that even mean? Yeah, I'm not thrilled with it. I think they kind of booked themselves into a corner a bit. Like, if that was the long-term plan, was they always knew it was going to be to have Heyman in the corner. I guess it depends what they do with it. Are they going to turn Punk heel here and him and Paul Heyman? Will that even get a heel reaction?
Well, the thing is, like, even that, like, I have no issue with them using that and having Heyman, join Punk and turn on Roman. And I think people are expecting this whole, like, Heyman's going to turn kind of stuff. But it's like, you could have done that without this fucking random favor that was a mystery that ended up just being, will you walk with me, Paul?
Yeah.
Like, they're acting like that's the only thing he can do. He could do double duty. He could walk out with Punk and then head right back up the fucking ramp if he wanted to. Walk out with all fucking three of them.
And then comes out dressed in something, some mad clobber.
I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, let's talk about Seth, because everyone's going, well, because the story, once again, I feel so bad for that guy, really. Because once again, he's just the afterthought in it, and he always is. But this is now about Paul Heyman's war between Seth and Roman and Punk.
This should have been built off, right? This whole thing should have been built off Seth not letting it go.
Yeah.
That brutal curb stomp.
Well, that's it.
That should have been built off.
That's what started it all.
This was a bit of feud between two former best friends. Yeah. That's all it needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Punk put his fucking clod up, isn't it?
And the storyline was there from the previous fucking WrestleMania when Seth came down, fucking no legs, and tried to, well, he was fucking 20, remember? He was
no legs.
Took him like 3 years to get in the ring. Like, that was the story. And then Punk's just like, doesn't work for me, brother. And then he's fucking punked it, hasn't he? So, fucking Punk Hogan over here.
But it's okay because he hangs around NXT and encourages people and stuff. And I'm nothing against Punk, by the way. I just really don't get why this is a triple threat.
I do, which is really annoying. He's a Bret Hart guy, so you'd think I'd get on with him. But I don't know. I just think
he's just too similar.
Yeah, I've never met the guy. Maybe we'll be best friends. Who knows?
You also like muffins?
I do, actually. Any kind of bakery, you know what? Yeah, take it off.
Sold.
Who's winning?
I mean, I think we can both agree that it's probably not going to be Seth because, as you rightly said, he's being treated as the afterthought, which is an absolute disservice.
Yeah. What if? So let me throw this fancy booking out there. What if it's like a war between, Roman and Punk for who gets Paul Heyman, but he's actually chosen Seth?
I mean, that would be a hell of a twist. And I will happily take back everything that I've complained about here if they go for that double twist. Like, does Seth need a Paul? Probably not. But it'd upset them too. That'd be quite funny.
What he's doing at the minute with the ha, the fucking Jimmy Carr wannabe, yeah. And the music is what's getting him over. Like, he needs a reset, man.
He does. And he's been, he's always thrived with his gimmicks. The Messiah I thought was particularly good. A bit underrated in some senses because people don't really lean on that as one of his better ones. I thought it was great.
Beast Slayer, Architect, all good. And now he's just like fashionista.
the giggler.
That's fucking brilliant. That's brilliant. Yeah. So I'm gonna go for a wild one. I think Seth wins. I think he's long overdue.
I think I don't think Roman's taking the win. Is all I'll say. So I think logically it's probably going to be Punk.
Yeah. So Heyman turns on Roman.
Yeah.
That's the story. That's the easy one to tell, isn't it? To be fair. Okay, which then takes us to Cody Rhodes and John Cena.
I mean, I really want it to be John, and it's not because I've got anything against Cody. It's, I think, a heel champ John is something we need before he retires.
Yeah.
I think I want it to be John. It has to be John.
Yeah. I didn't even think this match was going to happen. As soon as we found out that's what we were getting, I think straight away I was like, yeah, it's going to be John. We're going to give him 17 times. He's going to be the top dog, and then it's going to be...
How good is it? Like, assuming he can't just disappear for ages, he's going to have to...
Well, that's the thing.
Have a few... Even if it's a short title run, he needs a heel title run. He needs.
I can see him being champ until SummerSlam, losing SummerSlam, and then come babyface again for his final bit.
Yeah.
So they need
that's
to architect how to get there, but yeah, I can totally see Cena beating Cody.
Do you think we're going to get a wild Rock up here if Cena wins?
The annoying thing is, if Rock is able to show up at this show, why the fuck isn't he wrestling on it? And I get there maybe live action Moana reshoots or whatever. But fuck me, you can have a match.
They're doing a live action Moana.
Of course they are.
It's fucking Disney. Yeah, fair enough.
Of course they fucking are.
And they've cast The Rock.
He's Maui, isn't he?
Yeah, in the animated one. Don't
And
they
in the
normally change
real
the
one.
cast?
Hmm.
So what? This is even even more pointless.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's pointless.
Yeah.
I won't be any worse than the second one.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that was shit.
And
the song was shit as well. Sorry, Rock.
I believe they were like, you told me they were making it a TV series.
Well, that was the plan. It was a 6-episode TV series, and they were like, hang on a minute. Why put this on Disney Plus for free when we can, like, you know, chop a few things around and charge people loads of money?
And then you end up with a disjointed mess.
Yeah. I think it was a stupid idea to do it as a series anyway. If they would have gone, yeah, sequel, it would have made loads of sense. It would have done it better.
100%.
But,
anyway,
Cena?
That's our review of Moana. Cena.
Which takes us to matches which haven't fully been announced or we expect to happen, right? What's been announced so far? Bianca Belair and Iyo. As it stands, Rhea Ripley is not in that match.
No. Well, it just feels like it has to happen.
But why wouldn't she be with everything that's going on and the whole contract thing?
They're kind of building it to that she's going to be. I just don't know how we get there.
Yeah. Like,
how do we get there?
I don't know.
How do we get there, Carl?
I don't know. But she's not going to have any other kind of match, is she? She's going to be involved in this. So
gotta be. So weird. Triple threat?
Yeah, triple threat. Is Iyo walking out champ?
No.
Who is?
Bianca. Evil Bianca.
Okay. So she's going to turn heel in this match. And then...
No, she's going to turn heel on night one.
Oh. And then go into this. Oh, okay. I like that. Yeah, Bianca's not had it for a while, has she? It makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's fair. Especially if, like, depending on how she goes heel, you know, she's got backup in Naomi because they're both bad guys. And then she's evil Bianca and comes in and wins this with shenanigans.
The whole story, though, has been that Io's being overlooked by the pair of them. So is this an opportunity for Iyo to go, actually, about me?
I mean, potentially. Like, I think regardless of the win, I think Iyo will be able to prove a point to the pair of them because I think the idea will be, assuming we go for a triple threat, is that those two will concentrate on each other and Iyo will, you know, teach them that that's a bad idea, I guess. I don't know if she'll necessarily walk out with the win, though. It's the only thing.
Okay. Well, do you know what? I'm gonna back Iyo.
Back Iyo.
I'm gonna back Iyo, and I'm gonna say that she will retain. And you're going Bianca.
Interesting shout, yeah. Well, okay. Bianca.
Okay, sorry, Rhea. Even if you're getting inserted into it, we don't like your chances by the sounds of it. Now the next one, not being officially announced, but Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre seems like it's gonna.
I mean,
I said this in the.
No disrespect, they're both former champs. No disrespect to Damian.
Yeah.
But I'm just surprised that like this is Drew's sort of match for Mania.
Yeah, I don't want to shit on Damian, but if they could somehow pivot this into Orton and Drew, I would be so fucking down for that match.
Yeah, yeah, and there's no disrespect to Damian. It's just
yeah. Like I've seen this match at Clash of the Castle, so like, do I need to see it again? The only thing that would make this worthwhile is if it's a stipulation match.
Yeah,
if it's either a Hell in a Cell or it's a Last Man Standing or it's something. If it was just these two fighting in a grudge match, like well, Drew's gonna kill him, so pointless. So you need to have some stakes in there.
Yeah.
No, not just the big meatiness of Drew. I mean, actual, you know, stake.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree. I think it needs something more if this is going to be the match.
Yeah, but if it happens and it's just this, then Drew's got to win, hasn't he? All this shit and all the
gambling
losses.
Themed, some sort of gambling theme.
Double or Nothing Casino Battle. No, wrong company. Okay, so yeah.
How about a roulette match where you have to spin the wheel to
Eric Bischoff
find out what weapon you get to use or something?
Maybe. Now, this one I've just thrown together because we don't have anything planned for the IC title. So I've just gone, well, who's in and around this picture? You've got shit going on in fighting in the Judgment Day between Finn and Dominic. You've got stuff going on with Chad Gable and Penta. And you've got Bron Breakker kind of in the middle of this, having title matches with Penta, having title matches with Finn. So it's only 5 of them. You might want to throw someone else in there, maybe a Wild Dragon Lee, maybe Sheamus, maybe someone like that.
Ray Phoenix.
Yeah, but Ray's on SmackDown, isn't he?
When have they ever give a fuck about that?
I suppose. Yeah.
We're just pretending we have rosters at this point.
I mean, Ray Phoenix would be a great shout, and to get to see them two together in WWE would be great.
People would be clamoring for it. Although, I think, are they going to keep teasing them for a while?
I have no idea. But looks like we're going some way towards a multi-man match because for the US title, it's just a one-on-one in it. So
why does Dom look like he's trying to, like, He's acting like he stood in front of really tall people.
Yeah, just like tough guy thing, innit? You what? But I think
we will get. Over a fence.
Will this be some kind of ladder match?
Yes.
You think? Yeah, usually what we do for the IC title, isn't it?
I like a good ladder match. I can picture the scene now. Ladders in the middle of the ring, people on the outside of the ring, Braun's running around as he does that.
Do you know what he's going to do? He's going to run around with the ladder over his head.
And then everyone's going to go, look at the speed of him, he's so fast, because that's what we always do.
That is what we do. But if a match like this happens, is Braun walking out still champ, or is he going to drop the belt?
I think Braun's walking out champ.
Okay. I'm going to go Penta.
I think we're going to give him a bit longer here. I don't think they're pulling the trigger on Penta yet.
I think they need to.
Well, I think you're wrong.
I think we're going to get Finn and Dominic breaking up, and the Judgment Day is going to go awry. I think Penta's going to get revenge on Gable and get the win. What I think.
Okay.
And lastly, I'm just going to throw it in there because I think she deserves to be on the show. When I did the predictions last time, I said, do you know what? I can't see her making the show, and it made me sad. I thought maybe she'd be put on SmackDown. We still haven't discussed the Street Profits. You know, they could do something with Motor City Machine Guns, Pretty Deadly, all these teams. But again, I just don't think we're going to get all of that on WrestleMania. So I'm going to go Chelsea, Zelina Vega. I think Chelsea with the assist from the, what are they called? Secret Service.
I think so.
Is going to get the win. That's my thoughts. Because she's Chelsea Green and she's boss.
Okay, makes sense. Okay. I agree.
Perfect. Cool. So yeah, they were our WrestleMania predictions because we're recording it early because it's Easter and we want some time off.
And you're not going to see us.
By the time you watch this, or by the time
I've just upset millions of people by saying we're not going to be there for me.
Yes, I'll put that. Maybe next time. We'll see. But yeah, when this comes out, Card's probably going to have already stepped on by then. We know that. It's something you just got to
get over
sometimes, you know?
About that.
But let us know your thoughts. Do you want to see any other matches? Comment below while you're there. If you've made it this far and you're not subscribed, what are you playing at? So if you watch on YouTube, subscribe to us. If you're listening, then,
keep listening.
Keep on listening. What did they say?
Keep
on trucking. Damn it. God damn. So we will catch you on the next one.
A to the K.
A to the K.